This is the HeeWing T1 Ranger, and today we're going to take a look at how I set up this fantastic little plane to be a beginner-friendly yet fully capable medium-range cinematic FPV platform. I'm Drew with Southern Life Garage. Let's get right to it. Medium-range cinematic FPV platform. Boy, that's a mouthful. What's up, guys? I'm Drew. I hope you guys enjoy this video and find it useful. Today we're going to be taking a look at this new plane that I've got, and by this point I've already made a few modifications. I've gotten some things tested. I've done some adjustments. Notably, I got rid of that little clip mechanism that latches on to the center spar there and opted for magnets instead. It just makes life way easier, and you don't have to worry about trying to finesse the clamp through wires. By this point, I've got the wiring so compact and everything shifted around to where I can fit both of these 2200 milliamp hour batteries on board the plane. And this custom battery tray there hides the wires going to the pan servo and the FPV camera, as well as hiding the on-screen display device. And it, like I said, can hold both of these batteries side by side just fine. I have a RunCam 2 4K in here, and this camera costs about $120 on Amazon, and it requires a U3 or greater SD card. I have 128 gig in this one. I wired the BEC up where it has two XT60 connectors in parallel, and that'll allow me to plug in both batteries, or just one, whichever I choose. Everything's kind of snaked through very, very tightly. I use zip ties and all sorts of things to get everything compact in there. My video transmitter, my VTX, is an AKK X2 Ultimate, and I run this anywhere between 600 and 1 watt. 600 the lowest, or 1 watt. Those are the top two settings, and that gets me going. 1 watt can transmit probably about 2-3 miles, and that's about what the FlySky receiver that is controlling everything is good for. Let me get my controller out and my DVR, and we can take a look at everything when it's all powered up. Alright, so the transmitter that I'm using is a Jumper T-Lite V2. This is the one with the ELRS built in, and also running multi-protocol. I have the Eachine EV800D goggles, and let me just plug everything in, and you should be able to see the on-screen display boots up. And right now I don't have a GPS hooked up to it. The only GPS is the one for the Kopilot Lite. And as it sits right now, it gives me just enough data, like battery voltage and speed. There's my pan servo on my 3-way switch there, and that gives me a little bit of articulation in my field of view. Unfortunately, the servo is just a cheap little servo. Pretty soon I plan to upgrade that to a 270-degree servo, so that will be fantastic. Like I said, no GPS, so currently all I get is the altitude, battery voltage. I get the incline or decline rate, compass, a little flight timer, and that's about it. And there you can see the GPS for the Kopilot is trying to find a lock. Probably won't get one in here. This is, right now I got it set to manual mode. I really don't have that much travel in it when it's just set to a stabilized flight. But that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get to the maiden flight of the T1 Ranger. So for this flight, I decided to go ahead and take it out to the beach. Lots of open space, don't have to worry about crashing into trees or anybody. And I have a little tile GPS. As you can see, the flight starts off good, but quickly I realized that I'm gonna have issues with oscillations. My gyro is set to be too sensitive, and I'm flying it pretty quick as well. At this point, I had not yet realized that there was a microphone built onto the VTX, and after this point I start flying with the headset plugged in, and that gives me the ability to hear how fast I'm going. Here the oscillations get pretty bad, as you can see. This video is already stabilized as well. My intention with this plane is to be a cinematic kind of plane, take good video and you know, do cool things like that. And so yeah, it's definitely stabilized. And when I upgrade the flight controller, I will run gyro flow to get the maximum quality stabilization. But for now, this is what I got. So at this point in the flight, I'm starting to see what's working great and what's not working so good. So I'll go ahead and bring it in for landing here. The colors in the RunCam 2 are a little bit dull, it seems like, and the oscillations are really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera settings and use the included settings board with the Kopilot to adjust the gains on the stabilization, and go ahead and take it back out to the beach a few days later for another try. Immediately you notice the colors are much more vibrant, and here in Florida that's actually like more true to reality. That's pretty much how I was seeing them. And so here you see the values on the stabilization are much better. It's much more dialed in. The video is stabilized, but you don't see the oscillations, and the stabilization is not great. It's, you know, it's still rocking, you know. It's by no means as good as gyro flow. We just cruise along here for a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of be quiet during this part. I'll let y'all take in the view. And again, this is my home. I'm blessed to be here. This is pretty much how our sunsets really look. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm gonna let this flight footage play for just a few minutes, and I will be right back to you. I'm actually going to save the rest of this flight footage for a separate video here on my channel. You should see it in the next few days or so. I'm going to post the full flight in all its full-length glory on my channel. But for now, I want to go ahead and try something a little more stressful than just a cinematic flight around the beach. So I call up my little brother, and he brings out his Durafly Tundra to the park by my house. And here we do a few laps where I just try and get a good chase video on him. And I'm mostly just pushing my airplane and trying to test out the capabilities of this airframe and see how close I can get to him. And as you can tell, I get very close at some points in this video. There's a few times where I actually thought I might even crash into him. But I just wanted to see how agile it could be. And I think the footage just speaks for itself. I'll also post the full length of this video on my channel separately. It's about 5 full minutes of non-stop chase footage. The majority of the video is chasing. There's not much of me trying to find him. He's in almost all of the scenes, all of the frames. So I'm just gonna let this finish playing out, and I'll be back to y'all in a few minutes. All in all, I'm more than satisfied with this plane. The T1 Ranger has turned out to be a fantastic little plane and is just beyond my expectations. I can fly this puppy with both batteries for about 45 minutes and take 4K footage the whole time. Keep an eye on this channel for more videos like this, and I thank you for watching this video. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a blessed day, y'all.